Welcome to Women's Broadcast Television Network Quantum Living with Ilona Selke, live here today with Daniela Priske from Germany, here on Lombok. We actually, my husband and I, were coming on vacation here for Christmas and ran into this awesome Ayurvedic center right here on Lombok, where we discovered Daniela, and then we discovered the amazing magic. And this is the story I would like to show you. You already saw Daniela at work. So just to add a little bit to the story, she studied Ayurvedic medicine and Ayurvedic treatments with her beloved partner, whom you met 14 years ago?
13 years ago, yes.
And you have studied with one of the most renowned Ayurvedic doctors in Sri Lanka. And that is why you have this amazing, effective treatment clinic that you've been doing for the last decade. You do pulse reading, nutritional reading,
yes.
Massages,
Yes.
Ayurvedic treatments.
Everything. One program.
Yes. So when we met each other yesterday, you told me your name,
Yes.
and then you suddenly said, "You are Ilona Selke." And I'm like going, I had just run away from Bali, where people know me, and we have a retreat center, a spa. I'm an author. You know, I can't get away from people knowing me. I'm hiding out on Lombok. I'm coming to the very first place to have dinner. And here's a woman who says, you're Ilona Selke. And she had read my books. She had done the online course numerous times. So I would like to share with you the magic and transformation that she went through. First of all, through Ayurvedic, and second of all, through her dreaming her life up with the power of the techniques that are being taught in the Living from Vision course.
Absolutely.
So tell us first about your amazing story of healing.
Yes. It started, several years ago. I was 13 and I had so much problem with the intestine, the colon and everything. And I couldn't go to the toilet. It was all damaged, the kidneys, the liver, everything. And so it took another 17 years quite running from doctor to doctor, from healer to healer, and nobody could help me or want to help me or whatever. So I suffer a lot, and when I got 30, I got a present for Ayurveda, and I was thinking Ayurveda is the town in Sri Lanka because I had no idea what it is, and my mother didn't told it some doctor things because then I wouldn't go. And so I had to first join Ayurveda when I get a present. And it was amazing. After the first 3 days, I started to change immediately, and it took quite another much while till I really discover or recover. And then I decided to go with now my partner to Sri Lanka to get more treatment, to learn more. And it was also the reason to start up our own business in Germany, even to give the real Ayurveda, the authentic Ayurveda. That's why authentic Ayurveda back what I got, because if you do it in the right way, you will get the benefit. Actually, at the time 2002, 2003, I found also your Living Vision book, and with the cassette, the old things,
days,
sitting
yes.
and writing with the book. It was a big package, and it was amazing because there started first time also the wish to come over to see there's much more function, much more happen. And it was, as I remember, 6 weeks at that time. And I did it. I can't wait to sit in the evening to write this, and can't wait to make it every day. And it's so much happened then after. We even did the course by sitting and talking with one of the practitioners.
You did take the course with Carl Theater in Germany. who
Yes,
was
in
a-
Germany.
who- yeah,
We
living
always
from
went
vision.
there once a month, or like this, to have a private session, and so many things then after happened. And so I did it again and again and again. And even last year, I didn't know that was an online course, and I did it again. And you see, much happened more. It was because we are here only since May, and the online course I did in October, November. So you see.
Amazing. So when I walked up to you yesterday, you recognized my face or something, and you said, "You're Ilona."
Yes, the face, that was this energy that I couldn't say. I say, I know you, I know her.
Yeah.
And that's
And-
why I asked.
What I find amazing, and this is the thing that I would like you to consider, when you start living with the dialogue with the internal universe, when you start dialoguing with yourself and the larger universe, you start accessing information that is outside of your normal thinking mind. Your intuition, your timing, your alignment of everything brings you to the right places in the right moment in the right time.
Absolutely.
In alignment with what you hold inwardly in your emotional, mental body, in your soul. And the outer picture show merges and says, this is a miracle. I couldn't have planned on finding anybody that has read my book in a Muslim country, in an Islamic country. And here I am, finding her. She had read my book, applied all the techniques, and is a living, breathing example of a person who really stayed with her inner practice. And to this day, what I love about what you said earlier, you take aspects of everything that worked for you
Daily.
and you keep using
Daily,
it.
every day I do my work.
Yes.
It's not quite long, but it's my work every day. I still sitting every day to make, at the evening, just 2-3 minutes, my
Review of
review
the day.
of the day, and make for the next day, and cut what I don't want and whatever.
Yeah.
That is still there. And when I walk to here, morning walk, I do my picturing
Yeah,
with the
imaging of the
imaging
breathing.
and the feeling.
And tell me maybe 3 things that you remember from the Living from Vision course that you really love, that you took with you into your life.
What I'm doing is the daily things in the evening to make a review.
A review of the day. Okay.
Put there what I don't want to do next day, what I want to do next day.
So what you didn't like and what you did like, what you don't want to repeat, what you do want to repeat.
Yes, yes, that is because you can choose. You
Yes.
also can let something by forcefully, and that is sometimes, I can let it.
Yeah.
And
Letting go.
what I really love is the picture with the emotion together. To make these 4 wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can change it after 4 weeks because it's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened. It's just happened.
It's
It
like-
doesn't matter what it is. It's just happened, and you do this, and it's only when you see the picture, the emotion comes from alone, and it's coming.
Yes.
It is just coming. That is the most important things what I can tell.
So let me catch you up, the viewer. What she's describing is the imaging. It's the metaphoric image. You know, when we want something, we can tell ourselves, and it used to be thought that we just do affirmations. I'm rich, I'm rich. But underneath, you know, the part of us goes, I'm not, or I'm not really worthy of this or that. But when you get into the feeling of pretending you're already there, and you can do this with health, with your relationships, with your physical income, with your purpose in life, with your artistic endeavors. When you pretend for 5 minutes to be there, you develop an emotional state, and then, and this is what she's referred to as the image, you create a metaphor for the feeling of already being there. Now, I remember, you know, one person who wanted to manifest a car, he imagined himself driving in the car, and he was all happy and free, and he visualized a bird, a dove. It was a German filmmaker who was teaching a class, and he said, I want to prove it to myself. And he manifested a 30,000 euro Audi, a cabriolet, and in 3 weeks he got it. They called him up and said he won it. And he's like, really? What color is it? And he said, they said red. And he said, darn, I wanted a blue one. But he didn't visualize a blue car or a red car. He visualized a bird flying freely like a bird, because the feeling he wanted was one of freedom. Now, we want emotional states. Things don't give us emotional states. but they do let us express that aliveness. And when we imagine the metaphor, we bypass all the logical, how do I get there? What do I need to do? And the universe can make this happen. That's what you're saying. It's like a magic wand, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
So when the other one I like that you pointed out is looking at what worked and what didn't work.
Yes.
Why do you think that is so important?
Because you can't go every day like a robot.
Yeah.
And you also need something where you can say, oh, I'll release it today. And you feel happy with this because you're not a machine, you're a human being.
Right.
And if you let something, you feel like, okay, today I don't must do it. I'm happy, I have more time for whatever, something else. And that I like very much.
Yeah. And what I love about being able to acknowledge what doesn't work, as much as acknowledging what does work, is that you just get to step back. You look at the two things, and those are choices. And it's no longer, I am the failure, I am the success. It's like, I can choose this or that, and come to look at it, now I know what I don't want, so I can focus on what I really want.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's in better words explaining it.
Yeah. So I'm also helping out because you're from Germany, but I love that. I love your look. I love your grace. I love your food and the treatment we got to watch and receive. And it's so much of a blessing to be here. And you have made yourself a healed example.
Yes.
You came around from being
Somewhere,
in
down.
the dumps to a shining example of health and positive energy. Just standing in front of you yesterday, I felt like I was in front of this angel, really so alive and so vibrant in your eyes. I'm sure you can see that. Thank you for sharing that. Is there anything that you would like to share from Ayurveda that is really helpful that people can take into their daily life?
Into the daily life, yes. In Ayurveda, we are not really forbidden something. We just say follow one rule. The rule is to know what, when, and how much.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what you do, but do what, when, and how much.
Yeah, if somebody's saying, oh, let's say for the food example, tomatoes not good for you, it doesn't mean, oh God, never ever tomatoes again. No, what, tomatoes, when, oh, today, how much, next week again. So you're inside the life.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So
can
don't-
give it to you and you don't must say,
Right. You don't build up that resistance.
Yes.
I can't touch chocolate. I
Yes.
can't touch
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Yes.
You
Yes.
go like, okay, maybe we know it's not so good. Maybe I'll do it occasionally.
Yes, same with the, let's say, parties or something else. You know what? Parties, when? Okay, now have party. When again? Somewhere again. But you're inside the life. You don't
Yeah.
miss something.
Yeah.
And that is what I love also. You don't must, but you can.
Yeah.
You have the choice.
Yes.
Yeah? And you can decide by yourself. And so you build up a body, a mind very full of consciousness. You have, like a car, you're driving this. You say, okay, now I stop, now I go left, now I go right. But you are full of life. You don't miss something. You sit like in the first row.
Yeah.
And you're the one who live your life. Yes,
You're
and
the
make
one
the
who
magic.
makes the choice.
Yes.
And you don't build up the resistance
No.
within yourself, because part of us, we all know, some days may want a piece of chocolate. Some days we may want to nibble on a French fry, but we do know we don't want to do that too often. But we can still enjoy it. You know?
Enjoy it with a good feeling. If you enjoy the French fries or the chocolate, and you have a fantastic feeling, say, okay, today I will do this. It's not hard. It's not. Nothing doesn't matter. No? Then
Right.
enjoy it, and you know, okay, next
Yeah.
time, and you don't feel you need it again and again, and you're more happy, and everybody will say, wow.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I just talked with these amazing people who came all the way from Mauritius to see you here, and I know the husband said he lost 7 kilos. That's what, like
8
16?
today.
8.
8 today.
How much is that in pounds, in English pounds? 18, 17 pounds
I don't
in
know.
3
I have
weeks?
no ideas. Yes.
So, because in America we count in pounds, right? Yes. So that is an amazing achievement. Did he have to cut down drastically on his food?
No, nobody will stay hungry with me.
Okay.
Everybody eat 3 meals per day, but it's a treatment. It's a combination of everything. He's not only losing these 8 kilos, he's losing drastic the volume of the body, and because I make the detoxification, the toxin goes out, and you eat, and you're wondering, I'm losing weight while eating.
How is that possible?
Yes, how it's possible, but you must know when to eat what.
Okay.
And when to
Again,
stop.
How,
Yes.
what,
Yes,
when.
exactly. And you must exactly know which treatment it's possible, how to put out everything from the body that's not good for you, and then it's magical happen.
So do you have any, I was just getting yesterday an email, a woman from India, I'm participating in the Thrive movement there, and they wanted my input on women and their menstrual cycle. And they said, you know, women and PMS, what can you say about it? And is there anything from an Ayurvedic perspective, you know, the time period where a woman gets edgy, you know, the estrogens level have dropped, before the testosterone goes up, anything that can be helped?
Sure, it can be helped that you look that your body is clean, that you make a detoxification. Detox, yeah, absolutely detox in several ways, that you get also treatments, that you get touched, that you have the feeling somebody is there to hold
Nurturing.
you. Yes. And same from your course. Try to make the plan, make your feeling, and I'm pretty sure that is, let's say, 80%, because you build up the confidence inside and you see the picture. You can see it every day. You don't must do it only in the morning. I do it sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day if I remember. Just take second. I think that makes 80%, and if you make the last 20%, take care of your food, get treatments, make a detox, thinking positive, nothing will happen, for sure, 100%.
Right, yeah. And I love that we can gather all this wisdom from around the world these days, from India, from the Ayurvedic. We can Google it and find out how hormones shift throughout the months and what we can do to help ourselves move through these phases that affect all of us women. And all we need to do is like go, oh, this is this time. What my husband has done when I went through all my swings, which I am past that point now, at age 55, I can say, well, that was a ride. I can see how that could be difficult for men, you know, to be a partner. But Don would always say like, oh, I will be extra nice. I will be making sure I don't push all those buttons. I'll be taking care and be gentle. I will be more quiet in my voice. I'll understand if she wants to cry. I'll hold her. I'm not going to go like, what's wrong with you and why do you have to cry? You know, it's that time of month again. It's like, it is that time of month again. And some women have more swings, some have less. Women on the pill have less swings, like no swing at all. I loved my highs when I ovulated, hot. When I came down, well, there we went, you know, and it came, it went with the cycle of the moon. So
like everywhere,
like everything in life, you know, there's a time for harvest, there's a time for winter, there's a time for coming out and being alive. So if I were to ask you, if you had like $1 million and you could do anything you wanted, what would you do?
Oh, it's a good question. I was thinking about those questions, very honestly. I would spend quite much to build up a real, let's say, healing Ayurvedic village.
Village?
Yes, where the people can come together, not only Ayurveda, a lot of other things, where you find everything all in once to get healed, can learn how to live this life, how I can go out again, to be happy, because the universe not function according to the wishes. If this will happen, then everybody would be happy, no? The universe goes around the vibration that we have inside.
Right.
Yes?
Okay.
And that...
So the universe does listen.
Yes, they listen,
Yes.
sure, but not according to the wish. You can't say, oh, I wish a Ferrari. I must vibrate it, as you're telling it before, this picture with the feeling. But many people say, oh, I tried this, not function.
Yeah.
And so they need help. Yeah, not help just 2-3 days.
Support.
They need help more support, yes. Those things I would do. I would like to give something back to the world, what I also got.
Yeah.
Yeah, also with my partner, the love what I got, all these things, to show it is possible.
Beautiful.
It is possible.
Yes. And I love what you're saying is that we have to become the fulfillment of having the Ferrari, if that's what our dream is, whatever it is. We pre-experience the future in our vibrational body. Please remember that and go within. Imagine your best desire fulfilled and spend 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, or sometime in between of the day, and just be and revel in that state. the universe will listen to your vibration. That's what you're saying.
Yes,
That's so
absolutely.
beautiful.
Absolutely. The
Awesome.
vibration, it's all. And if you vibrate higher, nothing will affect you then downstairs. It's nothing for you.
And you know, I just want to end with this story. When we arrived in Lombok, we arrived in a different place, and the food, okay, in most hotels is white bread and plastic made marmalade, packaged marmalade, and made with sugar. And I ate some of this, and I had that tea that was the cheapest tea, and I'm like going, really? I come from our retreat center where we hand make our bread, where we have homemade marmalade. And I'm like going, maybe I should have stayed home. But nevertheless, the moment I visualized and said, okay, there's got to be a bright light here on this planet, on this island, we found you hours later. So thank you for being this bright light in this universe where I was able to find you and being so incredibly welcome with this amazing finding a needle in a haystack experience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And I hope you've gotten some wisdom out of this. When you start vibrating in a magical universe, everything will align according to your inner vibration. Thank you for joining me here on Women's Broadcast Television Network with Ilona Selke live on Quantum Living. And thank you so much for having been here today. Namaste.